I've come down to another sale and I've caught up with Paul. Now, Paul and I have chatted a little bit. Paul, tell me your role at Pamu. What is your official title?
So I'm head of innovation and extension at Pamu. So in our group, we sort of do a lot of the R&D and also a bit of extension. And the agronomy, got a couple of agronomists in the team, so it's a national role through the country.
Yep. And as part of that role,
yep.
I've seen you at ram sales.
Yep.
Because that has been part of your role this year, is buying a couple of rams for Pamu.
Oh, I've probably got about 15 this year. Yeah.
Yep.
Or more probably, but yeah.
And
I think and then on farm a few more as well. So yeah.
Yep. So part of the plan with Pamu, you've got the Sheep of the Future program.
Yeah.
And that extends not just to the research flock in Northland, it extends to actually all of Pamu, doesn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. There's I guess at the high level we have a Sheep of the Future program, which is a joint partnership between Pamu and MPI. That's a 7-year program, $10 million. Well, it's been reduced down to about 9.5 now. So that will go for 7 years. It's in year 2. So that work's based out of a farm at Kapiro, which is out of Kirikiri, really focused on Sheep of the Future no wool breeding program. Part of the program is at the end a sort of commercial no wool flock for a ram breeding flock for Pamu and the wider sector. But the main part of that $10 million, obviously you don't need all that for a ram breeding program. Most of the funding's around science, so it's around looking at heat stress, traits around heat stress, around immune competency, but also just around linkage to flocks and doing this work on a whole lot of different breeds and in the same environment. And then all that, because it's based on, that flock was based on the Pamu Gaudi's Romney, which is all recorded all in SIL. It means that you can, breeders are starting to get a lot of that cross-flock analysis. It all goes back into SIL, which will really help the no-wool breeders.
Yeah. And of course it's extending into the commercial Pamu flocks.
Yeah.
Now, what is the goal with the commercial side of Pamu and shedding sheep?
Yeah, well, we're around 250,000 ewes across the country. The projections with the Sheep of the Future program was that transitioning about 60,000 of those, so about a quarter of those from about 2000 or late 2028, 29, 30 through to about 2040, working through a grading up program to shedding sheep. So under that model, under those predictions, about a quarter of them would be in that realm, if that's how it all plays out, if this is successful. We've started on that journey already, so we've got 3 farms in Elsall, which is in Central Hawke's Bay.
Yep.
So there's about 3,000 hectares between those farms effective, and they are already in grading up. 2 of those farms are, they have 3 quarters, and this year we'll have 7/8 shedding crosses on the ground. The other one farm there is sort of sitting in a easycare, so they've gone 1 cross Wiltshire and then they've been using some easycare and just looking at that as an option, knowing that once we get further down the program with our own rams, we can then grade them up further. And we've got another farm up in the far north, Rangiputa, so that's they've been using some of the Wiltshires as well. So yeah, already 4 farms in the North Island, plus the science-based flock doing the research work with the Sheep of the Future.
Yeah. We probably should clarify when you say easycare, it's EZI care.
Yeah.
So that is
it's just I guess that's a generic name for, if you either go full shedding or somewhere in the middle where you're trying to make an animal that's just less work. You're still shearing it probably once a year, but clean on the bellies, but you can bring in all those other elements. So not trying to as you get further no wool, but trying to keep all that meat and FE and all that reproduction information and data that we have behind our Romney and our other commercial breeds, the Highlander and the maternal. So yeah, I guess it's just a bit of hedging. Yeah, this is early days for everyone and early days for us in science and that, but you saw by today, there's a lot of confidence, a lot of people here today, very high prices, and that's been, through the sales this year. So it does seem to be, it's not just a movement, isn't it? It's sort of actually, I think it's here already.
We're seeing a demand for it. That's what's happening through the industry.
Yeah.
We've seen females stabilise in price a little bit today, and over the last few sales, which is actually good, I think. Any moves? Is it grading up through all flocks? You're not going to look at buying in some stock for some of the flocks, some female stock?
Not at this stage, because it will be a bit of a phased program. You know, like I said, it's sort of out to 2040. So I guess determining that, how fast that happens, and how that progress will be, how it works in the industry. You know, supporting the industry with all that information. So if that happens earlier, then there will be more sheep available for everyone. You know, Wairere on their third sale of these. So, you know, these even great, they might not be purebred, but you know, you might be starting to pick up a lot of 3/4 type shedding type sheep soon. So yeah, like I'm not no real fixed way of doing it. I think that'll evolve based on the success of this, both our work and all the other work that's happening in the industry. But it's just good to see that that work is happening. And there's a group meeting today just around obviously Trevor Cook's got that group in the Central North Island, a bit of a discussion group, and there's a group meeting after sale today just about maybe setting something that up for the Wairere or Lower North Island. So that'll be good too, because you know everyone's doing this and everyone's got their ideas, and it's, you know, farmers learn best from other farmers, so it'll be good to support that too. So.
Absolutely, getting those that farmer cooperation is very important. Very, very important. It's interesting that the time frame you've been given, because of course most people can get through to a shedding flock faster than that. I have tentatively been suggested I may get up to Capiro, so that's exciting for me, because I think farmers want to see what Pamu are doing, and there is a disconnect at the moment, which is happening. And you know, we've got the same thing with beef and lamb. There's a disconnect of getting that information out there. So what you guys are doing, and this is sort of a starters too, but farmers are interested. They want to see what you're going to turn out. Seeing where you're going, but also getting the science out. You know, we've got the Massey study, getting that information out. And farmers will sometimes say, hey, we already know this, but actually we want to have it in facts and figures, which hopefully will get generated from Capiro.
Yeah, and Massey as well. I'm sure we can help support that within the Sheep of the Future project, because you know, they've been going along in this, they're doing it a similar way. It's a grading up. It's quite a small scale, but they're ahead of us. So you know, this is only the second full year of the Capiro work. So, you know, starting from on new base, there's a lot of halves, quarters, halves, 3/4, 7/8. But it's in the program we have got funding to get a PhD student or equivalent to then, you know, give them all this data, because you know, I can't even look at the data and make any sense of it. You know, like there's a lot of information there. So, but as we get probably I'd say another year down the track, another year of all these different things with on the heat stress, you know, this year's right at the moment, you know, those collars are on with ag research. That's the second year data on that. The immune competency work, you know, that's just starting the second year data. So, you know, you really need the information, and then disseminate all that data, and it takes time. So, but yeah, between that Massey work, Wairere and themselves have been doing a bit of project and test work. So between that and this work with that, it'll definitely happen, and start getting it out. We're actually just in the process now of employing an extension person for that program as well. So then that person can, you know, be out there and, you know, go to some discussion groups and help share that information. So you won't be seeing me all the time at these things, and it'll be someone else. So that would be good. So this is my day job. So
you've got other things to do.
Yeah, that's right.
Are we allowed to say that you've got some semen from the sale today?
Yeah. So no,
CBT. It's a CBT ram. It's ND 190 by 22.
Yes, I think.
Is it 22?
I think so. So they there's a bit of semen left over from a prior collection they did for the US. So yeah, that'll go into the Capiro one, like we have with the shedding group as well. They're putting whatever link ram they put up this year. We'll put some of that in there.
Oh, awesome.
So again, it's just actually really it's all that's about is like just helping all these breeders, because we've got a bit of commercial program that come out of that, but mainly that'll be for our stuff, but helping all the breeders get good information on all the key traits that are going to be important for the future. So so meat quality stuff, some exciting work that's coming now too. You know, the Aussies have been over here talking about that, and Ag Research has done a lot of work on that. But you know, it's just great that MPI had the foresight to put some of this money in with farmers.
That's right. Well, it's under rain. We're getting wet.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking.
No worries.
And the big thing for me was the fact that you're going to have a quarter of your flock is planned at this point.
Yeah.
To be in that shedding program. It's a projection, which is a pretty big move for Pamu Farms.
Yeah. Cool.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Paul.
Cheers.